Hello everyone, I just want to announce before we begin talking about the powerful attribute and ability and skill. 99% of all magicians have missed or haven't developed. I just want to direct you to my Gumroad page. I'm having a 50% special off for some fantastic courses that are usually priced out of most people's reach for various reasons. Check it out. There may be a gem waiting for you there. There may be the tool, there may be the system, there may be something that you have always wanted but have never been able to find in one of these courses. At the very least, you don't have to buy anything, but check it out and then make your decision. At checkout, enter the coupon code capital T 6521 capital O Z. So T 6521 O Z. Check out the description below and click on the link. Also, you can copy paste the code T6521 OZ. Make sure you enter that in the coupon code field at checkout. This is a secret offer, 50% off, but you have to enter this code. You can also share this code with a friend for the next 4 days only though. Okay, thanks. That's all I wanted to say. Now let's begin. Cheers. Welcome. And today we're going to be talking about one power, one attribute, one essential skill that can take you from a mere average practicing magician into an almighty, powerful, creative, almost godlike adept. What I'm talking about is the ability to generate enough force, enough focused, internal, spiritual, magical force to virtually manifest successfully each and every time. The missing ingredient that most magicians don't develop enough of. Well, let me go back a bit. Everybody is born inherently with a certain amount of power, just in different degrees and in different ways. Everybody has certain latent magical abilities within them already. Whether you believe it or not, this is through past incarnations and also just something that we have been given. If we go back to what we really are, and I've mentioned this in other videos, we are a seed, a splinter, a very tiny fragment from the source of all. The source of all that was always there, which is mistakenly called God, but it's more than that. The source of all is what we originate from, whatever you may call it, and it is beyond all these universes. We are living in a bubble. But the source of all, for the sake of semantics and simplification, let's say, was bored with its own condition and decided to replicate itself and splinter itself, and by splintering gave each tiny fragment the ability to be independent, and at the same time the task is to gather experiences, develop and redevelop certain powers, create and continue this process. So that's just the short, simple version of it. So this is basically what we are. And us as magicians, we're at a point where we have kind of realized our potential, but we actually haven't realized maybe the why or the hows or the purpose, the reason that we are here. So a lot of magicians, I should say most magicians, whether in the West or East, have not developed certain powers. They don't know how to. Many believe. So the attribute that you really need to create is an internal energy. Now, Qigong or Qigong or whatever you want to call it, these internal breathing, internal power development methods touch upon it, and they are useful as well. Neikung, whatever you want to call it, in the East. But the mistake is, for example, in a lot of these magical societies, magical groups, is to believe, for example, if we look at the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, they were close, but all these groups project themselves to a point within this universe, just in the solar system or just slightly beyond it, past all the planets to see a point, and then you draw down the light, whatever. However, the problem is that we live, whether you want to accept it or not, in a simulation, and this is why it's important to connect beyond all these universes to a point far, far off, beyond all in any universe, to the origin of all. Once we do that, we've established a hierarchy, we have a contract, again understood by all the lower creations, lower in the sense that everything is below the creator of all, the source of all. Okay, so once we connect there, there's a natural order, natural hierarchy. Everything understands that once we have reconnected, we've established a contract, so to speak. A contract that we haven't established unless we focus and deliberately state with intent that we are reconnecting with the source of all. Full bond and agreement, which is like a contract that establishes a hierarchy, and all the lower forms below the source of all understand that you are now reconnected under the source of all. So it is easier to control what happens when you perform rituals. It is easier to banish bad energies, and it is easier to draw down pure, divine, undiluted magical currents and build it within yourself. Now, these methods were known in Europe, they were known world over, but as time passed, a lot of these sages and adepts, of course, died off, were killed off, or were replaced by societal restrictions, and it happened faster in the West as it was developing, slower in the East, although it's really everywhere now. And there are only a few pockets around the world that teach these methods. So in the Adeptus and Exemptus courses, I teach you how to reconnect, and I teach you some very powerful principles that when you apply it will make a world of difference to your life, to your well-being, and gives you the freedom and ability to shape, at least try to shape, the type of life you want, and put your destiny back in your hands for the afterlife, so to speak. Okay, I know this is a simplification, but I want you to start thinking about what I've just said. And you may think, oh yeah, all I need to do is this exercise or that. However, there's more to it. It's very simple, but there's more to it. And the slight, subtle shift makes a world of difference. And I hate to use the word shortcut, but it really does speed up the process. It amplifies everything. and makes everything fall in place. And you won't need to get all these grimoires or get all these books on how to summon spirits and whatever, which are part of this illusion, this illusory bubble that we are entrapped in this simulation. You'll break free, you'll break beyond that, you'll draw down the purest of energies, the powerfulest of energies, and form that connection that really protects you. That's all I wanted to say to you today. And I want you to check out, if you have time, my courses and see if it's right for you. If not, that's fine. But I want you to at least have a look and think about what I just said today. I know it's very simple, but it's a simple switch that makes a world of difference. So explore what I have on my Gumroad page. All proceedings actually go to charities here in Japan, mainly orphanages. After the Fukushima disaster several years ago, I still donate everything to them. I'm not a full-time magician because I don't believe in making my money solely off magic. I know others do. Good on them. I don't believe it's right, because then you'll just be producing for the sake of earning money for your living, and I just don't like that. But if others want to do that, that's fine. I have a full-time job. That's how I make my money. What I make from selling my courses, I give to these charities, which really makes me feel good. I know it's an ego thing, but it really does, and I appreciate each and every one of you that has been with me, that has been studying with me, that has donated. I appreciate you all. I love you all. You're really great. And a big thank you to the new ones, the new people that have been listening, or people that haven't checked out my Gumroad page. Please do have a look. If anything else, there's nothing to lose from looking. It may be a huge eye-opener. It may be a life-changing experience within those courses that gives you the tools to give you back your life, to take control and build some real world powers in magic. It could be there for you. There's always a gem waiting for someone to explore at the right time. Well, that's all from me for today. I know that this is a part of an announcement and part of an advert, but I make no apologies, because I want to give 50% off for the next few days at least to anybody that wants to explore something different, something more effective. If you haven't been satisfied with magic that you've used in the past from other sources, I may have the answer for you. The answer may be there waiting for you to explore within my courses. Okay? All right. So thank you. Have a great week or weekend ahead. And the new year is just around the corner, and I wish you many blessings to you and your loved ones. Okay? So thank you very much. All right? Till next time, cheers.